Es una misión nueva. Me dices cuando ya estés, mi amor. Además que quería checar si ya estaba haciendo el rifle que quería hacer, porque es que no me recordaste, mi vida. El rifle de asalto, este. Ay, no manches, le falta una hora. No, hombre. ¿Qué estás viendo? Veamos.
CFA are assembling an armored column to the north of Nova Braga Airport. Your job is to wipe them out. Listen to the tape for the contract details. Just be aware that the column's commander served with 5 Commando and later made a name for himself in South Africa's 32 Battalion. He's a hardened veteran, so don't take him lightly. Boss, I have a report from the intel team. The targets are now on the move. I've sent their predicted route to your iDroid. Check your map.
Los tengo que eliminar. Okay. Perfecto, para quitarle el silenciador al Brennan. ¿Para qué qué? Para que haga más daño. No sé, es por aquí. No, es que escucho un helicóptero. Ah, es el nuestro. Sí. ¿Qué son, personas o vehículos? Y son vehículos para ponerle el silenciador. La madre. Esta madre, el Brennan no les hace nada. ¿Qué será? Así, el Brennan sin silenciador sí les hace daño. Ah, la madre me dio. El tanque está durísimo, no manches. Se me olvida. Ya, está en fuego. destruido. No, es que no me quedan balas del sniper. Y eso más cabrón. Se me hace que uno de los objetivos cuando tiene este pinche juego es extraer a los pinches vehículos sin hacerles daño, sin armas letales. Me acerco a ellos o los espero y ya, les hago función. Digo, este juego está bien pendejo.
Nice work, boss. The targets are almost history.
Qué mala suerte. Qué mala suerte.
Quit kidding around. Snake?
Mi amor, me noqueó el mortero y me mató. Puta madre.
They are assembling an armored column to the north of Nova Braga Airport. Your job is to wipe them out. Nice work, boss. The targets are almost history.
Listo. Nada más queda un objetivo.
Just one target left.
Sí, pero no sé cuál. No es ese, ¿sí? Porque si sí, ya valió madre. No tengo cómo derribarlo. Ese es el único problema. Y ¿cómo ponía marcador? Ahí. Era, ¿eh? No manches, si es el pinche helicóptero. Entrega de balas y silenciadores.
That's an enemy gunship. Don't try to take down a gunship from the front. You won't win in a head-to-head shootout. Try to get behind it and take it down with missiles.
Ese pinche helicóptero no se cae a la verga. Sí, no manches. A la madre. ¿En serio que esta es toda la misión? Vaya. Pues bueno.
That's it. You've made it out of the hot zone. No sign of the enemy. Mission complete, boss.
Mala suerte.
All right. Mission complete, boss.
Y Doc,
Maybe you'll
amistad
actually break a
menos.
sweat next time, huh?
No sé. No sé qué le hice.
Boss, as we suspected, the mastermind behind the kid's escape was Eli. It's hard to believe, but apparently he'd been plotting an armed uprising against us. He could be hiding something else, too. Ocelot's gonna press him for answers. Get back here as quick as you can.
Where is he?
I told you. Your father's not here.
They're back.
Yes, they're back. But don't get any bright ideas. Your quarters are under full surveillance. Your weapons privileges have been suspended. No more uprisings for you. Did you really think it would be that easy, Commander? You'll get your boys back. Hell, even see the boss, too. But first, I need to know what you sent them to do.
They wanted to leave.
To their homelands.
They wanted to go home. That's all.
So they were just homesick then.
Not quite. Military warlords, PFs, the armies that murdered their families. Cousins, brothers, parents. They all had someone they wanted to kill. I told them, last chance to face the world with no regrets.
Last chance.
You better be ready for your drag back here. Ready to face the world as enemies.
No!
Pinche Philanthropus, ¿qué hace ahí a la verga?
Goodbye, father. I don't need you anymore.
Was Ralph really an accident? Or did Eli just rig it to stir up the boys? Either way, he had to have been planning for this all along. Bidding farewell to the world.
Me dieron el iconito del Metal Gear Solid 4 de Praying Mantis.
Boss, we're looking for the kids in Sahalanthropus, but there's still no sign of them. We don't know if the chopper pilot is alive either. What have we gone and put in the hands of those kids? We don't know how bad this is until we find them. Also, regarding our concerns about Eli, I finished looking into whether or not he's a product of that project. I have an answer. I put it on tape. Give it a listen. Boss, I've updated the mission list. We've received some new job offers. The details are on your iDroid.
Boss, we gave Ralph, that kid who died in the accident, a burial at sea. The man in charge of that facility has been severely punished. But ever since, the kids have been acting strange. It's obvious they've lost their trust in adults. I was getting reports of them ignoring the staff, or getting insolent, and even violent. And a few days later, several of the kids did a disappearing act. They snuck into choppers and shipping containers and got off base. Why? Your guess is as good as mine. These kids were born in a war zone and forced to grow up as war fighters. If they're left alone, war is how they'll die. But I thought we showed them there are other reasons to live. I never liked having children on Mother Base. But the thought of them going back to the battlefield and picking up their old lifestyle is something I can't stomach. It makes me think of Chico, 9 years ago. We have to get those kids back. Hell, they know too much about our operation. I never expected even the kids to betray us.
Ni idea. Ah, ¿te acuerdas que dijeron que un niño se murió en nuestras instalaciones? Que porque no sé qué chingados. Yo tampoco me acordaba, por eso estoy escuchando esto, pero que por eso, que desde ahí los niños ya quisieran irse.
You remember the White Mamba? Of course, he's been going by Eli since we brought him on base. He was the leader of the child soldier unit we took out of that village and into our protection. Well, according to the kids you brought back here, all the escapees were especially close to Eli. There's reason to suspect he's behind all 6 escapes. We've already detained him. I'll be questioning him shortly.
Wait. You'll be?
Ocelot.
You're incapable of taking an impartial stance with those kids. Question them all you want. It'll get you nowhere.
Ocelot, you get too many kicks from your art of interrogation.
It's not a matter of art. It's about quick, minimal strokes of psychological warfare. That's what gets the answers. And it's the best way to keep both questioner and subject safe. The risks only increase the more an interrogation drags on. At that point, it causes as much pain to the inflictor as the inflicted.
Like I said, too many kicks.
What I'm trying to tell you is we need quick results. Otherwise, it'll be too little, too late.
I know that.
And besides, I know this subject. I won't go overboard with a kid.
Forget it. You're not needed. Snake, we want a question.
Boss, we've got the results of Eli's genetic tests. We can finally put this worry behind us.
We used the PCR technique and conducted DNA fingerprinting of the copied DNA sequences. Neither is mainstream science yet, but the concepts and procedures are sound. Both tests say there is 0% chance that the two of you are blood relatives. meaning the results are negative. He's not your son, nor is he your clone. He's just another person.
It was 12 years ago that Zero made plans to clone you. Eli's age and appearance certainly are a good fit. I admit the first time I saw him, I did a double take. But it looks like we were worried for nothing. Eli isn't your clone. But you might still have one somewhere out there.
But if Eli isn't the boss's clone, why does he seem so obsessed with him? Not to mention having one hell of an attitude for his age.
I don't know. Learning the truth about himself, cursing the fact he's a clone, bearing a grudge against selfish adults, and coming to hate who he was cloned from. Big boss. If that were really the case, I could understand it. I might even feel a bit sorry for him. But no clone could have a totally different DNA fingerprint. And the test left no room for error. You yourself were there when we drew Eli's blood sample.
Come to think of it, when we went to OKB-0, he'd snuck onto a chopper and was there.
Yeah.
He was acting strange even then. Or actually from a little before that time.
That was exactly when we began these tests.
Maybe he suspected something when we drew the sample, not knowing what we were doing to him, and becoming mistrustful of us.
Hard to say. Eli's had an attitude problem from day one.
So what is he then?
Well, if he's going to tell us that himself, we'll need to get him to open up more first.
We placed the White Mamba and the rest of his unit in the staff living quarters.
How's that going?
It's a disaster, but what else can we do? We've taken away his weapons and banned him from using his nom de guerre. Apparently his real name is Eli. He must feel like we stripped him of his whole identity. We'll let things simmer down. I put a guard on him for now. Still, the question is, who is he? Where did he come from? And how has he survived?
He's still not talking.
No, he won't say a word about himself. But you know, it looks like he speaks English. One of the deck crew called out to him in English, and he said something back. He just lost it all of a sudden.
Zero created Cypher, an information network to tap into every corner of the globe. Woven together, Cypher's arteries make the world just one big organism. And that's not all. It also monitors the thorn in Zero's side. That's you, tracking your coordinates wherever you might go. The further you strayed from your roots, the larger Zero became. It's as if he was trying to close the gap between you. But before long, he disappeared from public life. Only a few people had direct contact with him. For a time, I was one of them. Then a year after you fell into your coma, he slipped out of sight entirely. Since then, nothing. No photos, no recordings, not even a reliable rumor as to his whereabouts. I tried every method I could think of, but Zero was gone. Freed of his control, his creation, his power continued to grow. Cypher is a great beast.
Snake, you finally came. Just don't record this, okay?
Not recording anything. What's this about?
What I'm about to say stays between you and me. It's about the weapon to surpass Metal Gear. You know a researcher by the name of Clark? He works in the biotech industry, real advanced stuff. His area is bioengineering, but lately he's also gotten into genetic research.
Never heard of him.
Well then, what do you know about cloning?
I think I've heard enough.
Hold on, this is important. Cloning lets you create a genetic copy of an organism. You take the nucleus of one of its cells, and you swap it with the nucleus of an unfertilized egg from another member of the same species. They started out working with plants, but since then they've had success with other organisms, including mammals. It's a hot area for a lot of places right now. Corporations, universities, research groups. There's no shortage of scientists out to get famous and patent their work, with morality taking a back seat.
Isn't that a little outside your field?
It's got nothing to do with my research. But I thought it might be of interest to you. Cloning, and Dr. Clark, I mean.
Go on.
Now, this is really highly classified stuff. But I've heard that an American biotech company has successfully cloned a human being. What's more, it happened over 10 years ago. And the researcher behind it was Dr. Clark. You've really never heard of him?
I don't meet many
Can't
doctors.
remember.
This Dr. Clark is a complete ghost, even to others in his field. His age, where he comes from, that might not be his real name. And I can't even say for sure he's a he. Clark's employer, ATGC, its company motto is embracing your hopes, preserving talent.
What does this have to do with me?
Cypher. Dr. Clark works for ATGC, and they have connections to DARPA. Cypher couldn't function without the communications network DARPA's built. Meaning, Cypher has to be a part of the Pentagon. Or at least, the two are joined at the hip. DARPA is a driving force behind human cloning. It's a pretty high priority project for them. And this Dr. Clark, some say he's a pivotal player in Cypher. But that's not all. Every cell nucleus in an organism contains the genetic information for that organism. Think of it as a blueprint for life. Clark appears to be working on how to decode this information and rearrange it at will. If you could do that, it would mean being able to custom design human beings for specific purposes. Can you believe that? Suppose for a moment that this is all fact. A man of your talents, if your genetic information died with you, that would be a terrible loss for mankind. But what if mankind could preserve you for future generations by cloning you?
All right, enough. I get the idea.
Look, I know it's inductive reasoning, but this weapon to surpass Metal Gear they're developing in Africa, I believe it's something that uses this new technology. Speaking as a fellow scientist, it chills me to the bone.
That's rich coming from you.
If genes serve as our blueprint, then I wonder if they include an impulse that drives us to tweak the design. Can you imagine that? Genes encoded with information that wants its children to decode it. Is life itself putting the direction of our next evolution in the hands of scientists? I guess it would take some real arrogance to believe that. And yet, it could be what Cypher's after.
I think you're barking up the wrong tree. But that was an interesting story. It'd make a good movie.
You have to believe me.
Where'd you hear all this anyway?
Where? I just overheard it in bits and pieces while I was forced to do that research for them.
Right.
Wait a minute. Look, I want to help you. I want to be of service here. I'm risking my life with this.
Is that so? Maybe it's time we brought someone else into the conversation.
No, not him. Not Ocelot. You can't do this.
No entiendo por qué una cassette como ese no está marcado con amarillo de información importante. Literalmente una de las cosas principales del juego es ese cassette. No está marcado. Yo creo.
The White Mamba, Nyokayam Pembe. He's the commander of the kids based out of Wala Yamasa. As you know, contract forces of Africa were stationed at that village. Anti-government forces hired CRS to bring kids there from around Africa for training. But at some point, the adults with the PF started dropping like flies. This was right after we arrived in Africa. We don't know the cause. The kids ended up on their own. Must have been like fish out of water. Nothing to eat, no way to get back home. All the adults taught them was how to use a gun. Sure, they could shoot targets, but hunt for food? Not likely. They wouldn't have lasted long. Then the White Mamba showed up. He was faster and stronger than them, a better soldier, and he knew how to lead. I guess somebody wished upon a star, because their savior turned up like stardust straight out of the blue. The moment he arrived, the kids had their new commander. That was when they... Thanks to Code Talker, we've managed to put a stop to any new vote. Our mission objective isn't just suppressing a bunch of militants. This is a DDR operation of the kids in that unit. DDR stands for Disarmament, Demobilization, and Reintegration. Disarmament is obvious. We take their weapons off their hands. The demobilization part means dismantling their military organization to ensure they can't arm themselves again. To do that, you need to capture the unit's commander and have him order his men to disband. In this case, the commander is the one.
Boss, your mission is to rescue the target.
Fíjate, no sabía que tenían cassettes cada una de
the
estas
man you
misiones.
called your partner 9 years ago. Miller was training guerrilla rebels near the Pakistani border when he was captured by the Soviets. He's currently being held at Dawandehar. Rescue Miller from the Soviet troops and extract him by chopper. It's time to prove to the world you're the real big boss. Boss, there's something I want to talk about. It concerns the running of Mother Base. This base belongs to you now. Make Diamond Dog...
Part of the Mujahideen's arsenal against the Soviets is secretly supplied by... Boss, we need to help Emmerich defect from the east. The target is the scientist we knew as Huey. He's a suspect in enabling Cypher's attack on us 9 years ago. Let's see that Emmerich gets his wish, boss. Take him out of Soviet territory and back here to Mother Base. Dr. Emmerich. I can't wait for us to sit down and catch up. Boss, the CFA soldiers deployed to Bwala Yamasa have been annihilated. There are no signs of combat, nor any endemic disease. All the adults just disappeared. Only children were left. All those kids were ever taught was how to... Thanks to Code Talker, we've managed to put a stop to any new vocal cord parasite infections. We couldn't save those already symptomatic. But everyone who survived has been released from the quarantine platform. Skullface will pay for this. Boss, Emmerich confessed. Skullface's endgame is to activate the bipedal walking tank Sahelanthropus and deploy it into live combat in Afghanistan. That's why he moved into the Soviet research facility they call OKB-0. If his plan comes to fruition, there'll be no stopping the ripple effect worldwide. Find a way to make contact with Skullface before that happens. Then learn what you can from him, and put a stop to his plan. We'll have our fun with him later. This is it, boss. Diamond Dogs is strong enough now to face him head-to-head. It won't be like 9 years ago. Make your way to OKB-0. Sahelanthropus is on the move. The instruments on the support chopper are all malfunctioning. And Eli's acting strangely for some reason. Something's not right. Boss, for now, just get away from that thing. Hurry!
Me van a poner a hacer una misión en extremo. ¿Te acuerdas la misión de cuando se cae el helicóptero? Que por no sé qué mamada, que se empieza a oxidar de repente. Bueno, me van a hacer esa misión en extremo. Pues así son, me ponen a hacer misiones que ya hemos hecho. Necesito una escopeta, pero no tengo escopetas de combate, tío.
about Eli hijacking Sahelanthropus. We know how he got it moving. It was Emmerich. He used the kids in the staff living quarters to carry out his repairs. We got the details on tape. You're gonna want to hear this.
Emmerich.
What was your goal in having the children repair Sahelanthropus?
I just answered their questions. I had no idea they would actually try to fix it. I mean, can you imagine a child piloting it?
Oh, sure, easily.
It wouldn't work.
I bet it's just like riding a bike.
I said it didn't work.
Who did you try?
I didn't.
Did you put your son in it?
We never did that.
His name was, Hal, wasn't it? I thought you said you never saw his face. But you made him pilot Sahelanthropus. You used him in your experiments.
He wanted to get in. It was such a short time we had.
So he was with you.
We were happy.
You're still happy now. Changing your lies to suit the listener and getting by slipping through the cracks. Building layer upon layer of convenient stories until nothing means anything to you anymore. You're happy all the time because you don't even notice you're doing it. Think hard. Who are you really? You're not a victim, and you're not the silent majority. You're a perpetrator and a petty hypocrite. The real world doesn't make you suffer. It's the other way around.
Chin. Oh, la última misión de eliminar infantería pesada. Ay, no, misión secundaria de eliminar Yo, definitivamente, si me dieran la oportunidad. Sí.
Boss,
Ni
I've
modo.
updated the mission list. We've received some new job offers. The details are on your iDroid.
Y no veo a nadie. Ah, aquí están acá al frente. Mira, no, ese no es ninguno de... Son esos de ellos.
That's the target.
Este se puede morir. Estos dos se pueden morir. Pum. Pum. Órale. Levántate. ¿Dónde está? Puta madre, me vieron. No manches que ese es un tanque. Ah, no, es un camión. Necesito no quiere esos porque esos son tiresa. Para la expropiación petrolera. ¿Quién? ¿Cómo me vieron? Ni idea. De un chingadazo lo dormí, ¿qué opinas?
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. You gotta extract him.
Tantos chingadazos. Ahora que lo veo no me hubiera llevado ese camión. Ahora podría ir a la misión que me acaban de pedir, pero bueno. Vamos a ver qué otras misiones secundarias hay por aquí. Elimina el tanque. Uy, no, mi amor, de aquí a lo que llego. No, hombre, no manches. Tengo un cochecito por aquí. Creo que se escucha así un camión. Necesito dispararles para que me pongan atención.
enemies.
Me quedan 11 balas del Brennan. Y yo sé que 11 balas no son suficientes para eliminar a 8 tanques. Aunque... sí. Aunque usualmente no son 9 tanques, sino nada más 8 güeyes y un tanque. Que el tanque está ahí. Lo más importante y más peligroso es llevarnos el tanque de aquí.
That's the target.
¿Tiene casco? Sí tiene casco o no. No sé. Creo que sí. Ay, güey. Un sniper. Yo no tengo silenciador, no. Sí. Tienen unos usos limitados. Pero el del Brendan es pues bastante largo. Creo que es de 2 estrellas. El del Brennan.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Ay, hay otro vehículo, yo estoy escuchando el motor. Hay un sniper allí, que ese es mi objetivo por ahorita, pero quiero ver si hay otro. Ese es un fusil de asalto. ¿Ese qué es? No sé, pero lo voy a marcar porque tiene muy buenas asaltos. A ver, el objetivo es matar a este de acá.
Boss, get down. The enemy. Ground. That should enable you to sneak past enemies. Go! You gotta extract him.
Por eso
He's coming
hay
too. Roger that.
Imagínate que estés ahí bien a gusto y que de repente te lleven. Ahora tenemos que ir al pingue. Oye, mi amor, ¿y te acuerdas dónde está el camión? Ahí está. Lo marco. Marcador B, ahí. No, pues yo también, ¿verdad? Pero no. Me parece el mapa del Cities Skylines que me quería comprar. Ya está bien quemado aquí. Órale. Porque unos árboles sí los puedo destruir y otros no. No he entendido eso, mira. Este sí los puedo destruir. Pero este de aquí chiquito no. Impresionante. Lógica absolutamente ninguna. Lo malo que ya no tengo silenciadores. Otra vez. Y ahora de ninguna arma. Necesito eliminar el vehículo blindado. Hay un helicóptero ahí, what the fuck. ¿Cómo me vio? Uy, no. Necesitamos balas del Brennan. Vamos a hacer caca. Dice mi amor que estos contenedores te dan más balas. Más balas, más cosas, mira. Este te da 7500 creo y estos de 750. Los naranjitos.
That's the target.
Inconveniente, ¿no? Que el pinche perro se ponga ahí en medio. Bueno, mientras no quite este contenedor todo va a estar bien. A la madre, me están bombardeando. Me bombardean precios a cambio. Qué pinche tanque tiene ira contra ese contenedor, ira. Pobre contenedor que le hace. Pero no le está dando ese, porque ese es uno de... Mira, le está dando ese. Ese es el tanto. No puede ser.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Tengo que estar bien lejos. Vengan putos. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Me voy a poner a hacer la misión? ¿Por qué? No sé. Pues la misión de archers metálicas.
Boss, we have an emergency. There's been another outbreak of the vocal cord parasites on the base. Several men are dead. It started in the laboratory on the quarantine platform where the radiation leak occurred. I'd only just deployed the security team. I've sent in a rescue team to help, but they haven't returned. Boss, I need you on this. Come back to Mother Base ASAP.
Dios mío santísimo, no, otra vez. Fue cuando se me murieron muchos tier S y así.
Here we
Y ahora
go
que
again.
compré los S++.
There's been another outbreak in the laboratory. The quarantine platform. We sent a team to investigate and recover the survivors, but they haven't returned.
Ay, Dios
Nothing on
mío.
the radio either. We got a backup team ready to go. Just give the order and
I'll go alone.
Boss, what are you... There's no need for that.
We can't afford to lose anyone else.
We have no idea what's going on in there.
Exactly. Anyone still alive's at their breaking point. Last thing we need is another unit storming in. No telling how they'd react.
Ok,
Fine.
¿y qué son así?
First off, check how much the infection has spread. Rescue comes next, after we know the situation. When you're ready to move, just use the iDroid.
¿Qué chingados va a continuar? Que no continúe ni vergas. No me digas que es en serio eso.
We have no idea why the parasite has showed up again. I thought we took care of it. We need more information. Find out what's going on, boss. Select the mission on your iDroid.
Y si me agarran los S más, hijos de la chingada. Ah, pero no les pasa nada, ¿Qué es misión primaria o misión secundaria? Luces aún en la muerte, misión primaria. Ay. Es que si hago esta misión y se empiezan a... Ay, no. A ver. Vamos a hacer esa misión. Que no me puedo preparar, que no sé qué. Y el perrito. ¡Ay, hola! ¿Qué haces aquí? ¿Qué haces aquí, perrito? Vente. Estás a gusto. Eres feliz en esta casa. Eres feliz en esta casita, perrito.
Boss, let's go over the situation again. We've got another parasite outbreak in the laboratory on the quarantine platform.
What is this?
No idea.
all the exits to keep it from spreading. No one's getting out. One of the researchers inside managed to isolate the parasite behind the outbreak.
No manches, si me mandan con...
Code Talker's analyzing them now.
Me mandaron con el uniforme normal. El que no es ni de sigilo ni de combate. Con el uniforme que si me dan una bala me muero casi.
Prevented symptoms during the last epidemic. The parasites lodge in the victim's throat, forming a mating pair. But the Volvagia turns the male to female. Two females can neither copulate nor lay eggs. That's why the rescue team went in with more Wolbachia. But the outbreak still isn't under control. They should not be capable of laying eggs. Yet, we have a new outbreak. And the Wolbachia have no effect. I pray this is not some new strain. If it is, then someone may have brought it here. If there's a spy running around. For now, we must focus on discerning the outbreak mechanism. The cases show another alarming new development. It is now even more difficult to tell who is infected. The eggs propagate out of sight. No external symptoms. One who appears healthy may be dying on the inside. What the hell happened in there? Boss, I still can't raise the rescue team I sent in. We know how to proceed if we just knew how to ID the symptoms. Finding that out is part of your job in there.
¿En dónde? Ahí, en el 30 y 20... Veamos.
Hang on, Snake. We've just had a transmission from inside. Here's the audio.
It all makes sense now. I win.
Where's it coming from?
Unknown. It cut off before we could get a fix. It all makes sense. Think he means the parasite? No way to know. But right now, that's all we've got. Hopefully he can tell us something. We'll have to close the tent behind you, boss. Don't think the infection's airborne, but... Find the source of that transmission, boss. Find our man.
You never know.
Qué bonito perrito, qué bonito perrito. Hace un coscorrón. Le di un coscorrón. ¿Qué opinas? Se enojó. No le gustó mi coscorrón. No, no te creas. Es una bestia inofensiva. Un perro muy bravo. Eso sí me dolió. Me agarró del mero pellejo.
What is it?
Something sweet. I can smell it even through the mask.
The rescue team reported that too. Said it smelled like ripe fruit. We cannot allow the infection to spread. If anyone shows symptoms, you must put them out of their misery.
That includes me.
Un olor dulce. Nada más tengo un fusil y una operator. Así se llama su fusil de fondo. Básicamente.
Guess the parasites killed him. Don't touch him. He's covered in blood. Stay back! Stay back! He's got a mask. He's with the rescue team. Was that more of the message? We'll try to clean it up. Another transmission.
Step aside, boss. I just want to go outside. I can't die in this hell. I'm not infected. Right, if I am. I don't want to go out like this. The boss is up. Boss, it's you.
He's wearing a mask. He's part of the rescue team.
I'll keep watching.
Looks like he's not the one who sent the message. I'd like to hear what he has to say, but you need to keep going. I have analyzed part of the data that was faxed out. It appears even those who barely spoke became symptomatic. This must be some kind of mutation.
Boss,
What the hell happened?
at least you're okay.
What's going on?
I win. I'm no snail.
Damn it.
So he sent the transmission. Seems like he had a way of IDing who's symptomatic. But what was he trying to say? Snail. Yes, of course. It all makes sense now. Do not let anyone showing symptoms get outside. As infection progresses, it triggers an overwhelming urge to get out in the open. That's the parasite controlling them. Once outside, the birds will feed on infected bodies, spreading the parasite on land. The whole world will be infested.
A la verga, son un chingo de cabrones.
to shoot, boss. We can't let them outside. Damn it. We can't allow any contagious individuals to leave. Shoot, Snake.
¿Quiere ese por qué?
Snake, you just gotta leave. Sprint. Shoot, Snake. If you don't, we'll have to torch the place.
¿Y este porque no se puede levantar? Porque ese sí lo noqué bien. Esta madre a la voz,
That's it. That's good. You still have those goggles. If you see a glow in someone's throat, that means they are... Don't go outside. It's too dangerous.
¿Y ahora qué tengo que hacer? ¿Regresarme y matar a todos?
Use those goggles to see who's infected. If they're infected, they have to die. He's infected. Kill him, boss. We can't save him now. Man. I'm sorry. You're kidding, right? Snake! You just killed your own... Emmerich, what the hell? Nobody asked for your opinion. You expect me to just stand by and watch this?
Are here to kill us!
No manches, hasta los ese más, ¿es en serio? Putas ratas, odio este juego.
You're insane, Snake! He was one of your men! You yourself said we're a family! Or was it all lies? Kill me! Shooting your own men. That's not the big boss I knew.
Hurt me! They're going outside! Oh, we're dead anyway! Boss! Boss! Hey! Let's let the boss decide. We live and die by your order, boss. Boss!
Ese más, hijos de puta, te agarran a los mejores, no se los voy a perdonar.
Is he wearing a mask? He might not be infected. Examine him with those goggles. Carry the rescue team member to the exit. He's the only one not infected.
No me confiaría mucho de eso, pero bueno.
Thank you, boss.
Pero si ustedes dicen... Espérate, la salida dónde es. No me digas que voy a tener que subir hasta... ¡Ay, Dios mío! ¿Qué perrito? ¿Qué pasó?
Unlock the door. Wait. I don't think I made it after all.
What? You just checked him. Could it have progressed this quickly? Boss, take another look at him with the goggles.
No manches.
He is infected. I don't believe it.
Maybe I went through my wounds. Waiting now. All of them. Do it.
I'm sorry, boss.
Me van a hacer comprar nuevo personal. Ay, no. Pero tengo una manera de compensármelo porque me voy a enojar. No manches, se murió un chingo de personal ese más. Ahora esa unidad va a ser como nivel 3. Menos 2000 de heroísmo. Era nivel 88, 87 esa unidad, mi amor. Ahorita vamos a ver qué pinche nivel es. Ay, tienes una pancita muy bella.
was nothing we could have done for them. We're all grateful, boss.
No.
It's your fault! They're dead because of you!
What?
He's right. I killed him with my own hands.
They were on your side! I'm on your side! And you turned them all to ashes!
They wanted you to shoot. It was that or be burned alive. Come on. Let's get this over with.
Wait. I won't scatter your sorrow to the heartless sea.
Qué perro asco.
I will always be with you.
Qué perro asco.
I won't see you end as ashes. You're all diamonds.
We're not burying them at sea. What then?
We'll make diamonds from their ashes. Take them into battle with us.
A shining light to our brothers in arms. Even in death.
Le tapé la nariz al pedillo. No puede respirar.
We are diamond dogs.
Te duele que te agarren tus orejitas. Mira, se las quieren cortar. Ay, no.
Boss, I don't know how you do it. All I could do was obsess over revenge.
¿Qué?
But even after all we've accomplished, the phantom pain never let up. If anything, it just got worse. But you understood that from the start, didn't you?
Nivel 81. No manches. No sean así. Pinches perros.
Not until the day you die. I respect that now. More than ever. It's an honor and a privilege, Big Boss.
La neta que mamada. Pero bueno. Un Fallout, mi amor, un Fallout. Ujú. ¿Qué falló, mi vida? ¿Qué falló? Ya tiene la carita más grande. Antes estaba más bebé. ¿Qué opinas, mi amor, de que ya le creció la carita? ¿Qué haces? Lo tengo encerrado en mis garras. ¿Qué opinas? Así lo tengo bien abrazado. Lo, lo tengo así. ¡Oh! Bien abrazadote. No puede salirse de mis garras. Que puedo mejorar con 9 millones de elixir, mi amor. Tú que sabes todo. Y... planeaba gastármelo en muros, de hecho, pero no sé. ¿Por qué tan agresivo, perrito? Ya. En 1 hora y 41 minutos empieza mi vicio de Clash of Clans. Ajá. Voy a activar mis boosters de entrenamiento y voy a empezar a mejorar todos los muros a nivel 11. No. Porque necesito que sean de nivel 11. Bonito perrito. Mira sus quejaderas. Escucha, escucha, escucha.